Yes, you're welcome to today's lesson. My name is Kiden Sarah, and I will be taking you through entrepreneurship. So today we are going to look at our topic called market survey, and we are going to look at introduction to market survey. So let's get started. Um, Imagine you want to open a shop that sells snacks. You love spice chips, so you fill your shop with them. But when people come, they ask for sweets, biscuits, and soft drinks instead. So you spend all your money on the wrong products. So, the questions that you need to ask yourself is how do smart people avoid these mistakes? And then they ask the questions before they start. They find out what people want and what they like and how much they're willing to spend. So if you want to avoid this mistake of making or you've started your product, you love it, but then the people around you don't like it. But how can you be able to solve this mistake? So these questions I expect you to be able to answer it by the end of the lesson. And then let's understand what is market survey. But before we understand what is market survey, we need to understand what is a market. So we see that in entrepreneurship, a market for any business means that all the buyers who need the business products and are willing and able to pay for them. So it means that all the buyers who need the business products and are willing. So if they are willing and then able, someone can be willing to pay, but they are not able to pay. So they must be able, they must be willing and then also able to pay these products. Oh, and they must be willing to buy them and then also to pay this product. So that is a market. So when we talk about a market survey, we see that a market survey is the process of gathering, detailed information about a business opportunity to ensure that the product or the service meets the essential characteristic of a good business opportunity. So we say that the questions that you need to answer, you need to find out is what type of product do they want, are they willing to buy, and then also are they be able to pay these products. So we see that a market survey also can be, in other words, it can be defined as the process of collecting information about the customers, the competitors, and then also the overall market. So what does this help? It helps the business to understand if there is demand for the product or the service. So when you get the information about your customers, about the competitors, and then also about the overall market, it means that you can be able to understand if there is demand for your product or the service. So we see that in a market survey, it helps you to answer the questions. It helps you to answer the questions like, do people want my product or service? So when you get the information about the customers, you get to know whether the people love your product or whether they want your product or the service that you offer. And then also another question that helps you to answer is, who are my potential customers? So when you get the information about your customers, you can be able to understand who are your potential customers, and then you produce the product or the service according to your customers. And then also, what prices are customers willing to pay? So when you get the information about the customers, the competitors, you get to understand the prices that your customers are willing to pay. And then it helps you to answer the question of, who are my competitors? You get to understand who are your competitors. So if you understand your competitors, it means it help you to improve on your product, and then also it help you to produce the quality products, so that you can be able to understand. If you understand your competitors, it help you to improve on your business. And then let's look at the different types of market survey. We have the customer survey. This customer survey, it mainly focuses on understanding the customer needs, the preferences, and then the behaviors and satisfaction level. So the customer survey, it's all about you focus on understanding your customer. You get to know, you need to, it's mainly get to know the need of your customer. What is the need of your customer? What are their preferences? And then their behaviors. How does your customer behave? And then the satisfaction level. So when you understand your customers, it means that you can be able to produce a product that meets their need and then can be able to satisfy them. So that is customer survey. And then we also have what we call the product survey. This product survey, it mainly gathers the feedback about the specific product or the service, including its features, the packaging, and then the performance. It mainly focuses on the product. So you gather the feedback from your customers about the specific product that you offer. And then also we have what we call the competitor survey. This competitor survey, it involves collecting information about other businesses offering the similar product or the services. So it means that your competitors, so your competitors is someone that offers exactly the similar products or the services that you're offering. So the competitor survey, it mainly involves collecting information about your competitors or about other businesses that offer exactly the similar product or the service. So what we call pricing survey. So this pricing survey, it examines how much the customers are willing to pay for a product or a service. And then we also have what we call advertising or promotion survey. This advertising or promotion survey, it mainly measures how effective advertising or promotional efforts are in reaching and influencing the target audience. So you get to understand how is your advertising or the promotion reaching or influencing the target audience. And then we have what we call market trend survey. This market trend survey, it mainly focuses on observing changes and developments in the industry or the market. And then we also have what we call distribution survey. This distribution survey, it looks at how the products are delivered to customers and then the distribution channels are performing, how these distribution channels are performing. So those are the different types of market survey. So let's look at what are the benefits of conducting a market survey or the importance of conducting this business survey. Why do you think businesses need to conduct this business survey? One, we have the customer needs in terms of quality and then the quantity. And then also when you conduct this business survey, it means that you'll be able to produce your product according to the customer needs. So it will help you to improve on your quality and then the quantity that you produce as a business. And then also we see that we have the business competitors. So it's the business competitors, you get to understand what are your strengths and then the weaknesses of the business. And then also when you conduct a business survey, it help you to get a strategic area where to locate the business. You get to understand where do you need to locate your business. And then also it helps you to understand the number of people to buy the product and how often they can be. You can be able to know the number of people that are to buy your product and then how often they are willing to buy your product. And then also it's help you to get a fair price for the product. Because since you've understood what prices they are, what prices are your customers willing to pay, it means that you produce or you put your product at a fair price for you put your product at a fair price. So we've come to an end of this lesson. Let's link up in our next lesson. Have a great day. Thank you.